Love is one of the most complex and captivating topics for humans. We draw hope from fairy tales, seek inspiration in movie scenes, and envy the perfect couples we see on social media. But have you ever stopped to wonder if the idea of attraction we're shown really reflects reality? Some men believe that attraction is all about looks. If they dress well and have a strong physique, they can easily win a woman's affection. Others think that wealth is the key, believing that owning a house and a car guarantees they'll win her heart. Yet reality often leaves them puzzled. Despite meeting all these criteria, why does the door to love remain closed? What do women truly value? Where does attraction actually come from? These questions may be more complex and more worth thinking about than we're willing to admit. Modern psychology has revealed some truths. While looks and wealth may open the door, they are never what truly holds someone's heart. True attraction lies much deeper, in our character, actions, and inner qualities. These are the traits that make us irresistible. But how can we develop this kind of attraction? We need to look to the great philosophers, particularly the Stoics. Their wisdom, which has lasted for centuries, still offers valuable guidance for us today. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." If you can control your emotions, actions, and thoughts, you can become the source of attraction instead of being swayed by external standards. Today, we're going to explore how a man can cultivate his inner qualities to become someone truly attractive to women. This isn't just about love, it's about becoming a better, more complete version of yourself. Don't close the video just yet. If you're looking for ways to improve yourself, this video was made for you. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more life-changing content. Are you ready? Let's begin this journey. Imagine this. You're in the middle of a heated argument. As tensions rise, the other person suddenly slams their hand on the table, raises their voice to a level that feels piercing, and their face contorts with anger as they start saying hurtful things. In this moment, do you feel your sense of security shattered, or do you begin to withdraw? Now, picture a different scene. The same person, faced with the same conflict, doesn't rush to argue. Instead, they take a deep breath, listen calmly, and express their thoughts in a measured tone. Their words are not aggressive. They're focused on resolving the issue. Which person seems more attractive to you? The answer is obvious. Self-control is a hallmark of emotional stability and maturity. For women, a man who can maintain his composure is an unspoken promise, one that he won't lose control in critical moments or hurt those around him with impulsive actions. This promise is far more reliable than words and more compelling than material things. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This simple yet profound statement hits at the core of how we live. Life is full of uncontrollable factors: work pressure, criticism from others, and even unexpected events. Whether or not you can attract others often depends on how you respond in these moments. Women deeply desire a partner who brings them a sense of security. This security is not just about material safety, it's a psychological sense of reliance. When a man can remain calm under pressure, he not only shows maturity, but he also sends a powerful message. No matter what happens, I can handle it. This presence is incredibly attractive. Here's an example. A friend once shared her experience. When she and her boyfriend were involved in a serious car accident, she was filled with fear and panic. But her boyfriend quickly remained calm, called for help, reassured her, and made a plan for the next steps while they waited for rescue. In that moment, she realized that this man wasn't just her partner, but her safe haven. This ability isn't something you can master overnight. It comes from a deep understanding of your emotions and years of self-discipline. The Stoics offered practical advice, like daily reflection on emotional reactions, reminding yourself of what you can control and what you cannot. These small habits may seem simple, but they can gradually shape you into a more composed and attractive person without you even realizing it. So when faced with a challenge, can you stay calm? The next time emotions surge, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, is this really worth losing control over? You'll find that you have the power to control your emotions at any moment. And once you've mastered this art, you'll not only change the course of your own life, but also become someone who brings safety and dependability to others. Few qualities are as important as responsibility. It is the foundation of a person's character and the core of all trustworthy relationships. Without it, no amount of talent, resources, or opportunities will keep someone respected or trusted. Ultimately, a lack of stability and reliability will lead to the loss of others' confidence. Stoic philosophy deeply explores the nature of responsibility. As Epictetus said, "Don't avoid your responsibilities, for your fate is in your hands." This isn't just a life philosophy, it's a commitment to life itself. The Stoics emphasize that everyone has their own duties, whether to family, work, or society, and they should be fulfilled to the best of one's ability without regret. Why do women particularly value a man's sense of responsibility? The answer is simple. Responsibility means safety and commitment. When a man is accountable for his actions and words, he sends a powerful message. No matter what challenges arise, he will stand firm and never back away or leave her to face problems alone. This reliability fosters trust and peace of mind. In today's world, responsibility is evident everywhere. In the workplace, a responsible person diligently completes every task, even in the face of difficulty, without giving up. At home, he takes an active role in caring for his family, not merely offering superficial concern, but backing it up with real actions. Even in friendships, he keeps his promises and is someone others can depend on. Women can sense this quality intuitively and profoundly. A man without responsibility raises doubts. Will he retreat when things get tough? Can he be trusted with the future? But a truly responsible person doesn't need to explain himself. His actions answer these questions for him. This trust isn't built in a day. It accumulates through countless instances of fulfilling promises and taking on responsibility. Each time you meet deadlines, keep your word to friends, and persevere through challenges, you're enhancing your personal charm. However, responsibility is not just about commitments to others, it's also about the promises you make to yourself. Can you take responsibility for your choices and outcomes? Can you own your mistakes and not make excuses? These questions don't just determine whether you're someone others can rely on, they also decide whether you can earn their respect and trust. So take a moment to reflect. Can you be responsible for your commitments? The next time you're faced with a choice, ask yourself, will I run away or will I take responsibility? Because only those who choose to shoulder responsibility will ultimately earn true respect and love. Life is full of ups and downs, isn't it? Sometimes, no matter how perfectly we plan, we can't avoid the obstacles life throws at us. So, what do you do in those moments? Do you give up, wallow in self-pity, or do you dust yourself off and keep going? Stoic philosophy teaches us that setbacks are not our enemies, but some of the most important teachers on our path to growth. As philosopher Seneca once said, adversity is an opportunity to develop character. Sounds a bit like a motivational quote, doesn't it? But think about it carefully. It's the truth of life. Stoics never shy away from hardship. They even believe adversity is an essential part of life's curriculum. In other words, the pits life throws at us aren't meant to make us fall. They're meant to teach us how to rise with grace. When we talk about resilience, you might think, this sounds like something out of a hero movie, right? The protagonist, all hyped up, conquers one hardship after another and finally gets applause. But resilience in real life is often far less dramatic. It's usually a series of seemingly small yet crucial choices, pushing through until the last minute, giving yourself another chance, or choosing optimism even on the worst days. Let's take an example. Imagine you've just been laid off. Your routine, the familiar 9 to 5, is suddenly thrown into chaos. You send out resumes, but for weeks, you hear nothing back. Doesn't it feel like the world's collapsing? But just when you start doubting everything, you pause, brew yourself a hot cup of coffee, and sit down to say, okay, this is just a pause. I can restart from here. Instead of complaining, you update your resume, learn new skills, and even consider job options you hadn't thought about before. A few months later, not only do you find a new job, but you also discover that you're more confident than before. And then there's the emotional challenge, like a breakup. We all know how painful they can be, right? Sometimes, heartbreak feels like the world has lost its light. You might find yourself lying on the couch, scrolling endlessly through social media, ordering 3 times as much takeout as you need, shouting at romantic movies. Who still believes in this stuff? But over time, you start organizing your chaotic emotions. You make plans with friends for a hike, get back into fitness, and even pick up a new hobby like baking or painting. Instead of avoiding the pain, you turn it into your driving force. Women especially admire men who can stand firm in the face of adversity. Resilience isn't just a synonym for stubbornness. It's a symbol of strength and reliability. When a man rises from failure, he shows an inner strength. That strength says to her, "No matter how tough life gets, I have the ability to handle it." It's a silent promise that makes people feel grounded. So can you rise after failure? Next time adversity knocks at your door, don't rush to shut it out. Instead, try asking yourself, what can I learn from this? You'll realize that adversity is actually an invisible teacher, and resilience is the proof that you've learned the lesson. So the next time life gives you some color, why not smile and see what kind of rainbow you can create? Humility might seem like an underrated quality, but it's often one of the most captivating traits a person can have. Stoic philosophers remind us that true wisdom comes from understanding our limitations, not from boasting about our accomplishments. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, do not think you know more than others. The world is vast, and the knowledge you possess is only a small part of it. This quote encourages us to reject arrogance and embrace humility, which is the key to maturity. When we talk about humility, some might misunderstand it, thinking it means suppressing the self or underestimating one's worth. But that's not the case. Humility isn't about denying yourself. It's about recognizing and presenting yourself in a genuine, understated way. A humble person isn't insecure. They simply understand their strengths and weaknesses and are willing to acknowledge their flaws. From a woman's perspective, the charm of humility is undeniable. Why? Because humility is closely tied to maturity. A humble man remains composed in success rather than rushing to show off. He listens to others' opinions instead of stubbornly sticking to his own. He respects others, never belittling them to make himself appear better. Such a person not only comes across as deep, but also feels reliable and trustworthy. Humility also brings people closer together. No one likes to be surrounded by someone who constantly boasts about themselves, but everyone enjoys being around someone who appreciates others and isn't afraid to admit their own shortcomings. Imagine talking to a humble person. They make the conversation feel effortless and pleasant because they don't put pressure on you or make you feel inferior. Now ask yourself, can you admit your shortcomings with ease? For instance, when you make a mistake, do you try to cover it up or face it head on? When you achieve something, are you quick to showcase it, or do you acknowledge the help of others? Humility isn't something we're born with. It's cultivated through self-reflection and adjustment. Next time you face a decision, try to quiet your mind, avoid rushing to prove yourself, and instead approach the situation with authenticity and calm. You'll find that humility not only makes you a better version of yourself, but it also brings a deeper level of attraction. A sense of purpose is an undeniable force when it comes to attraction. Stoic philosophers believe that having a clear direction in life is a manifestation of inner strength. Epictetus once said, "Every day ask yourself, what step have I taken today toward my goal?" This simple yet profound reminder teaches us that goals are not just for talking about, but for actively working toward. In today's world, we're often pulled in many directions. Work, family, social media, and countless little distractions all vie for our attention. But a person with a strong sense of purpose remains focused, as if guided by an inner lighthouse. No matter how noisy the outside world becomes, that person knows where they're headed. From a psychological perspective, having a sense of purpose not only fuels our own motivation, but also reassures those around us. Imagine being around someone who lives without purpose, someone who either complains about work or has no clear plan, just drifting through life. Being with such a person can make you feel uneasy because their life seems like a drifting boat with no clear direction. On the other hand, a person with purpose provides a steady presence, and their sense of direction naturally instills trust. From a woman's perspective, A man with a sense of purpose is one of the most attractive qualities. It shows responsibility, determination, and potential for the future. A man with clear goals is not only working hard for his own life, but also building a future with his partner in mind. This sense of direction creates the feeling that he's someone worth depending on, someone who won't back down in the face of challenges, but instead has the ability to weather the storm together. So do you have a clear sense of purpose? When you wake up each day, do you know what you're working toward? If the answer is no, don't worry. Goals don't need to come all at once, but you can start right now by reflecting on what truly matters to you. Then, set a small and specific goal, whether it's waking up 10 minutes earlier every day or reading a book each week. Gradually, you'll notice how these small goals accumulate, creating momentum that brings you closer to your bigger dreams. This focus and persistence will become an irresistible light in your life. Kindness is a subtle yet profound power. It doesn't shine with a dazzling external glow, but like a spring breeze, it gently touches the soul and leaves behind an indelible warmth. For women, kindness is an undeniable form of attraction, as it reveals a person's true inner qualities, those of gentleness and sincerity that remain intact amid the chaos of the outside world. From a woman's perspective, kindness isn't just about being nice to others. It's a form of respect for life itself, a gentle yet firm stance toward the world. Imagine a man facing difficulties in life. Can he still treat others with kindness? Is he willing to lend a helping hand to a stranger? When disagreements arise with his partner, does he maintain patience and a willingness to listen? The answers to these questions often determine whether he is truly attractive. You might ask, why is kindness so important to women? The answer is simple. A kind man makes others feel secure because he's not self-centered, but instead, he seeks to understand and respect the feelings of others. This understanding and respect make a relationship deeper and more lasting. When women search for a partner, they are more focused on a long-term, harmonious dynamic. Kindness is one of the key factors that make a relationship truly beautiful. From a psychological perspective, kindness not only brings a sense of security, but also has the power to spread happiness. It fosters closer connections between people, as kind individuals always find ways to empathize and understand others. This ability forms an invisible bridge, bringing two hearts closer together. For women, kindness also reveals a man's maturity. A truly mature man knows that strength doesn't always have to be displayed with sharp edges. True strength often lies in the ability to choose gentleness at the right moment. He doesn't respond to conflict with stubborn resistance, but is willing to solve problems in a more inclusive and understanding way. This quality not only inspires admiration, but also makes him irresistibly attractive. If you want to become a more attractive person, ask yourself, are you willing to give to others? Kindness doesn't require grand gestures. It's found in the small, everyday acts. It might be helping a neighbor carry groceries upstairs or patiently listening to a friend talk about something important to them. These seemingly insignificant acts of kindness can accumulate, without you even noticing, into a profound attraction. Because true strength never fears showing its softer side, and it is this softness that connects hearts. We are often drawn to outward appearances, wealth, and fleeting accomplishments. But true, lasting, and profound attraction comes from the qualities and refinement within us. This isn't just about attracting others. It's about becoming someone worthy of love and admiration. The qualities we've mentioned, self-control, responsibility, resilience, humility, sense of purpose, kindness, may seem simple, but they form the core of a truly magnetic person. Stoic philosophy teaches us it is not external events that disturb us, but how we view them. In other words, we can't control what happens around us, but we can control our reactions and attitudes. This ability is the source of true attraction. How we respond to challenges shapes our future. Whether it's workplace pressure, relationship turbulence, or life's hardships, Stoic philosophy encourages us to remain calm and steadfast. Through daily reflection and practice, we can cultivate an inner strength that transcends external circumstances, becoming a true gentleman, gentle yet powerful, smart yet humble, strong yet patient. You might ask, how do I start? The answer is simple. Give yourself time each day to reflect and ask yourself, did I control my emotions today? Did I show responsibility? Was I able to stay calm in the face of challenges? These seemingly simple questions will, unknowingly, shape you into a more mature and attractive person. As you strengthen your inner qualities, you not only transform yourself but subtly change the relationships around you, especially love. What attracts others is not an external glow, but the inner confidence and determination that radiate from within. You'll find that as you become more composed, mature, and responsible, you will naturally attract like-minded people, especially the one partner worth cherishing. The essence of attraction doesn't lie in external radiance but in internal growth. Each step of your personal growth not only changes your fate, but also reshapes your life story, drawing in more genuine love. Remember, every moment of inner elevation paves the way for a better life and love. So don't stop growing, because you're not only shaping a better version of yourself, but also accumulating the strength for future happiness.